back subscribers, and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're off to the Oakley railway station. So the Oakley railway station is a commuter railway station in the suburb of Oakley, 18 kilometres or 11 miles southeast of Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. The station opened in 1877 as the up end of the Gippsland line, and the station being electrified in 1922. Oakley is a ground level premium station consisting of two sides that are connected to each other via adjacent roads, and both platforms are connected to each other by a pedestrian subway. A new station building was built in 1881 and the current station building was built in 1915. The station is further serviced by 11 bus routes, including 2 smart bus services. In 1883, the track was duplicated from Caulfield to Oakley, and in 1891, the line was duplicated to Dandenong. In 1888, the Rosstown line opened, with Oakley being the eastern terminus. 2 years later, the Outer Circle line opened from Oakley to Warrigal Road station. Around 1910, the station featured 2 side platforms with an additional centre track. By this time, the station was controlled by 2 signal boxes, A at the city end and controlling the Warrigal Road level crossing and interlock gates, and B between the station and the yard, controlling the latter. In 1915, a new station building had been constructed in the same style as Box Hill, Caulfield, Essendon, Heidelberg and Spotswood in the Melbourne area, and Castlemaine and Warrigal in the country. In 1968, the Warrigal Road level crossing was closed, and in conjunction with the demolition of shops, a new road overpass was provided. In 1975, the track layout was drastically simplified, and both signal boxes were abolished and demolished, being replaced with a new experimental route-setting power interlocking system located in the middle of the southern station building. In May 1984, the goods yard was officially closed to traffic, with the exception of brickhead traffic, which was still being received. Now, there is a bit more history with the Oakley railway station, which I will discuss once the drone goes off, as we run out of time with the historical photos. And once again, all the credits and references and the information during the voiceover will be provided in the description below. Well, we have made it, and it's a lovely morning in Oakley. Directly behind me is the Oakley railway station that we'll make our way to, and I do like the palm trees. This is a place that I've been to quite a lot in my youth, but I have not been here for more than maybe 25 years, but I have come into a mall once just recently, because there's a terrific mall where you can come and get something to eat. I'll show you that as well, because that's where I'll probably end up having lunch or brunch this morning. So I'll spin the camera around and let's see what we see. So things have changed in the area and some things haven't. Now, the Barber Shop has not changed at all, and this building, if I can get it in, has not changed at all either, especially upstairs. I remember those shutters and used to think I was in some sort of European village. So it's built in 1928, but directly in front of us is the railway station, and that's the old barber shop that I used to go to as a kid. It was one of those businesses where it was run by a father, and then his son was learning to do his apprenticeship as a barber, and I think he's the one that's running it. I don't think you'll remember me, because I was very, very young. I used to come here for some reason. I think my father used to like having a haircut at this location, so whenever I needed a haircut, he'd drag me to that barber shop. So we did live nearby, as in Oakley and Chatston Shopping Centre and East Malvern. They're all sort of within I'm not going to say walking distance because it wasn't. As a child, it was bike riding distance. So if there was nothing going on at Chatston Shopping Centre, you'd make your way to Oakley, and if there's nothing going on at Oakley, you'd just wander around with your mates doing whatever you did. So that's the station. We'll have a closer look at it, and just up there is the mall. So the station has been modernised, but it's good to see the old part is still there. I do recall that if you did miss the train and you couldn't make your way to East Malvern Station after school, and the train that was coming on this line to Oakley, you'd catch it if you're in South Yarra or in the city if you missed the school bus. But coming from Oakley to walk home, it was a trip. It was a journey and a half. So if you know the area well, the distance between here and East Malvern is sort of somewhere where we lived in between, with Chatston sort of being in the centre. And I remember buying the old tickets from these windows right here. So a train has just pulled in and one has just left. A few murals about, which is good. It's been updated, but not by that much. Some murals on the other side that look terrific. And I can tell you that Oakley has a huge Greek population as well as an Italian population, and I think just generally a huge European sort of population. So this is the station. It looks good. It's still just the way I left it 25 years ago. That's probably longer than 25 years ago. I have come into the shopping centre of Oakley, and that's changed a lot, just driving around looking for parking. But yeah, the station hasn't changed much at all, and it's probably more than 25 years that I actually stepped on this platform. So I'll see if I can get to the platform there on the left. I still believe there's an underground or a subway where you walk under to make your way to it, which we'll do. So there's the station. Things are getting cleaned, which is great. The advertising. What is new is the lift that was not there before. So it is very much disabled friendly. And I can sort of tell you that Oakley really is a more ageing sort of population. A lot of young families are coming in the area from what I saw on the census. This looks like it's an express bypassing Oakley altogether. That looks like one of the more modern trains. You've got the overpass over there. Very good. So the subway's just here. Now to our right, we've got the option of the lift. This is all very, very new and modern looking. So here we go to platform number 1. Walk up the ramp. Some of these murals are actually quite good. It looks like they've been done off-site and then attached to the walls around here. So I'm not sure if they got the local school kids to do it or artists to do that sort of work. Some more murals. Oh, here we go. That's your list of participating artists. They did it. The waiting room looks very snappy. Wow. The building itself has not changed at all. but I can tell you that the fittings and fixtures have. Let's check out the dunny. I always like looking at the toilets for some reason. It's not changed at all, just modern tiles on it. Looks like someone's removed some of the murals. You can see where the glue was to attach it. Maybe just weathered off. I do like that, the fact that I'm not sure if these buildings are actually being used for anything, but at least they're still here. That looks relatively modern. This one definitely looks much older. Much older. Let's give you another angle. There's the Junction Hotel. I'll zoom into that in the distance. Some of the older footage you would have seen the Junction Hotel. And it's still there. Not a big fan of the colour, how it's just a single sort of colour, but it is what it is. Okay. Now also you probably would have seen that there was an extra line that came through to Oakley Platform 1. So Platform 1 is actually doesn't exist anymore. As you can see where it would have come along here. And to be fair, I'm pretty much sure Platform 1 did work while I was a kid coming here. Now, the only other reason that's drawn my attention to coming on this side of the railway station, I do believe either it's the Gammon, I'll just zoom in a bit, it was either that sort of, that store there, or the accountant's next door. It used to be a bike shop. And the guy who ran the bike shop, if you know the area, you know what I'm talking about. Us kids used to go there, and the guy was terrific. He'd give us puncture repair kits on the cheap, and he was just good. He would accommodate your needs. If you didn't quite have enough money, he'd sort of say, well, what have you got? And you'd give him what you got, and he was content so long as you were sort of loyal to him and kept coming back for other stuff, which we did. So a lot of the times if we need, especially those old-fashioned brake pads, pedals, things like that, he was always really good to give us a good discount on them. And any other bits and pieces, brake cables was something that we used to come here for. So yeah, so Platform 1's no longer in play, but you can see where the tracks would have gone. And once again, just a little bit further down, there is a lift. So if you're in a wheelchair or find it difficult to go down the stairs and up the stairs, the lift will take you up and down. So there's two sets of lifts or elevators. There is Mikey machines here, but there's also a station master just there. So the memories are flooding back. Yeah, I think 25 years is an understatement. I think it's been more like, just got to recall how old I am right now. I think it must have been at least 40 plus years since I last walked this platform. I do recall all the palm trees that are just up here. And it is, I don't recall it being so busy. But again, as a youth, you don't take notice of that sort of stuff. You're just desperately waiting for your train to come to take you wherever you're being, wherever your trip was going to take you. So here's another train that's pulled in, very busy. I can see why there would have been 3 lines, railway lines, to this station. There's the overpass. The overpass came during my youth. So there used to be an intersection just there. and it would have been in my primary school days. So there you go. So just bear in mind, if those know this area quite well, at one stage we used to live in Hughesdale or Murrumbina, I wasn't sure. I think we're on the border, and then obviously as my parents were a little bit more successful with their careers, they updated and we lived in the sort of Chatston, East Malvern area. So we sort of stayed in this area for quite a number of years. It's just amazing how the roof structure to the station has really not changed at all. And you really do have to take your hat off to those that built these railway stations back in the day. The government obviously invested wisely, because they've really stood the test of time. You can see where they put the those stoppers for pigeons from perching up there, which is pretty much standard now in most stations. What else can I show you? I guess straight ahead is the a coffee shop, or where you can buy a cup of coffee, I guess, during peak hours. And that's pretty much it of the station. I do like the murals. If I see something else, I'll show you. So there's a sign there, an old-fashioned sign saying Rosstown Rail Trail. So I guess if you're a cyclist and you wanted to do the trip, bring your bike out and go that way. Very good. So this is the platform 1 side. So coming from here, you would make your way to that Rosstown Rail Trail, or where that third railway track used to go. So there's your view of the Oakley railway station, but also probably a bit of a better view of the pub, the Junction Hotel. So here's just one more angle of the Oakley railway station, and as you can see where those bus shelters are, there's quite a number of locations where those buses might go. Cranbourne train coming in. And here comes a city-bound train. This one's going to Flinders Street Station. So very much, I think these are probably the most modern trains Victoria has. I still think the front of that train, the brand new trains, is of a grasshopper. I wish they'd paint one up so it does look like a grasshopper's head. Very good. So that's the overpass that takes you over the Oakley Station railway tracks. It's a great day. Skies are blue. Everything's nice and green. But there is a chill in the air, that's for sure. So there's the overpass, just in the distance is the Oakley railway station. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, there used to be a cinema where these buildings are here. But the cinema was never really operational, even as me as a kid. I could be totally wrong there, and I believe there was a cinema here. I don't know why, but I could be wrong. I know that little shed there, that little white one there, I'll zoom in, that used to be like a fisherman's sort of club that used to occupy that, and then next door was a cinema. Yeah, and as I just want to reiterate, I don't think it was a cinema that was in operation in the I'm trying to work out when I was here, sort of the mid to late 70s, would have been the time frame when I was sort of, pardon the expression, goofing around in Oakley. But I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there was a cinema there, but it was never open. And as you can see, as we come around, there are some great murals. Unfortunately, there's graffiti. You're going to get that regardless, because it's a human condition for some, where things cannot be left nice and they just have to vandalise it no matter what they do. But yeah, a lot of memories in this area. Okay, so this is the mall I mentioned. Now, it doesn't look that full now, but it gets quite crowded on a Friday night and every weekend. You can see this one in particular over here is just full. Now, if you're a Greek or Italian, or from any European sort of country, but they're predominantly Greek, this is the place for you. This is where you chat forever, discuss about the ills of the world and try to sort them out. And as we come around this corner, you'll see one of the pleasures that this, and all of them, all the ones in this mall, have to offer. So this is Eaton Mall, so E-A-T-O-N, and this is some of the snappy cakes you can buy. Very good. So if you've got a sweet tooth, this is the place. Very good, and it's just walking distance to the railway station. Now, another place to come is the Oakley Market. It's small, but it serves a purpose. So if you're into delicatessen stuff, directly opposite the railway station, right next to that mall, or the Eaton Street Mall, I think it's called, and you can get all your bits and pieces. All of it's fresh, and the aroma in here is just fantastic. So there you go. It's not big. This has always been here, even as a child. I recall coming here. Maybe that's why I have sort of such a good memory, because the old man, being European, used to come here to get his bits and pieces. Okay, so I'll jump in here with a bit more information that I was able to sort of research and discover, and also confirm some of the things that I mentioned during the walkabout that ended up being correct. So since 1989, the station has featured over 40 plywood cutouts on its walls and surrounding the station. These illustrate the life stories of Oakley residents who were aged between 15 and 70 when the murals were unveiled in September of that year. In 2002, they underwent restoration, and about half of these have since been restored. And glue can be still seen on the walls of the station building where the remainder had previously been placed, which we did witness. On the 12th of December 1995, Oakley was upgraded to a premium station, and in 2018, a former Platform 1 was removed. As a result, the island platform on the southern end of the station was converted into a side platform, and former platforms 2 and 3 were renumbered to platforms 1 and 2. Throughout 2018 and 2019, Oakley was upgraded and modernised. 2 concourses were built, lifts were installed, and the underpass was refurbished. 2 heritage-listed buildings were maintained as originally built. The station is currently served by both the Pakenham and Cranbourne lines, which are both operated by Metro Trains Melbourne. And once again, all the credits and references and the information I provide during the voiceover will be in the description below. So please enjoy the aerial views. So here we are, coming to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, by all means, click on the like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing doesn't really cost you 1 cent, but it really does help the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day. And thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.